Financial abuse is one of the most common and least talked about forms of control. Most people think of abuse as being physical or sexual, but if someone controls your money, your spending, or your sense of financial safety, that's not love, that's financial abuse. And for a lot of people, that's the reason why they stay. They're not just emotionally stuck, they feel financially trapped. Hi, I'm Calliesorensen. I have a master's degree in the psychology of coercive control, and I help people recognize unhealthy dynamics like manipulation, emotional abuse, and toxic patterns so they can rebuild safe, empowered, and connected relationships. Every Tuesday, I expose a toxic tactic to help you spot manipulation. And today, we're breaking down financial abuse, what it is, how it shows up, and why it's so easy to miss, even in relationships that seem normal from the outside. So what exactly is financial abuse? Financial abuse happens when someone uses money, resources, or financial decisions to control, manipulate, or limit your freedom in a relationship. It's not just about taking your money. It's about controlling your access to money, or using guilt, fear, pressure, and dependence to keep you from making your own choices and to block your financial independence. It's economic control, disguised as care, responsibility, or love. Financial abuse can happen to anyone, any gender, any age, any income level. It happens in dating, marriages, family systems, even spiritual communities and high control groups. Because at its core, this is not about money. It's about power and control. And it's about slowly creating dependence so you don't feel like you have a way out. So how does financial abuse show up? There are countless ways financial abuse can show up, but here are some of the most common. Overt financial abuse might look like taking your paycheck, refusing to let you work, or sabotaging your job, locking you out of shared bank accounts, racking up debt in your name without your knowledge, hiding assets or manipulating shared finances. These are direct and visible and easier to identify from the outside. Covert financial abuse can be much harder to recognize. It could be anything from, I'll take care of the money, but then you're not allowed to see the budget or access the accounts. Monitoring and being questioned about every purchase, even small ones. Guilt tripping you for spending money on yourself. Labeling you bad with money to justify total control. Making you ask for money like a child, even if it's shared income. Giving you a strict allowance while keeping the rest. Shaming you for not contributing while ignoring your caregiving, housework, course load, or emotional support. Saying things like, you don't work, so why would you need your own account? This kind of abuse can be invisible from the outside and confusing from the inside because it often doesn't feel like financial theft. It can feel like they're taking responsibility. It can feel like protection. It can feel like love and support. So this is why financial abuse can be so easy to miss. Financial abuse often gets disguised as being a provider, protecting the family, being really supportive, being better with money than you are, or even spiritual roles around gender or leadership. And because we're taught that money is stressful or shameful, people often blame themselves. They're just more responsible than me. I'm bad with money anyways. It's easier this way. I don't like taking care of the bank accounts. They're just trying to look out for me and protect me. But here's the truth. Control wrapped in care is still control. It often sounds like love, support, or teamwork. If you don't feel safe, free, or financially equal in the relationship, something is off. And financial abuse doesn't always start obvious. It starts with, we're a team, and then slowly turns into, you're not allowed to make decisions. Or it goes from, we're budgeting together, to you need permission to buy anything. Or you realize it's gone from, I've got you, to you couldn't survive without me. But by the time you notice the trap, you already could be so deep in it, and leaving could feel impossible. So this is why financial abuse can become so devastating, because when someone controls your money, they control your options. They can control your ability to leave, your ability to survive, to keep a roof over your head and food in your children's belly. And that's the point. Financial abuse isn't about dollars. It's about power. It's about dependence. It's about removing your freedom without ever raising their voice or laying a hand on you. And when you become dependent, leaving them feels like death because in many ways, your survival has been tied to them. And here's the part people often miss. Financial abuse isn't accidental. It's strategic. For someone who wants control, money can be the perfect tool. They can limit your movement, your choices, your resources, and your ability to leave, all without ever needing to raise their voice or lay that hand on you. So most people think, well, if it's really that bad, I'd just leave. Or other people think, why don't they just leave if this is happening? But when somebody controls your money, they control your freedom. And when they control your freedom, you start to believe like you don't have any. And it really truly feels like there's no way out. So what do you do when you realize this is what's been happening? You don't need to have all of the answers right now, but what matters is that you're starting to see it. Recovery doesn't start with a spreadsheet. It starts with clarity, with safety, and with support. For some people, the next step is building financial independence, slowly, secretly, strategically. For others, it's reaching out for emotional support while still in the situation. And for some, it means finding a therapist, an advocate, a coach to help them build a plan so they can leave when they're ready. There's no one-size-fits-all solution. It depends on the context. But what is universal? You deserve to feel safe. You deserve to have access, and you deserve freedom. And if someone's withholding that from you in the name of love, that's not love. That is control. But I want to let you know that there is a way out of financial abuse. And if any of this felt uncomfortably familiar, you're not overreacting, you're not imagining it, and you're definitely not alone. Financial abuse can make you feel like you can't survive without them, and that's exactly what it's designed to do. But here is the truth. You can survive, you can find a way out, and you can become financially independent, and you don't have to do it alone. I work one-on-one with people navigating these exact dynamics. Whether you're still in it and feel like you have no control, or you just got out and you aren't sure what's real or what's not, or how to gain financial independence, the link to book a free consultation is in the description. And if you're not ready for that, it's totally okay. Just keep watching, keep learning about the different types of abuse and these various tactics, because awareness creates options, and options are how you get your freedom back. Every Tuesday, I expose a toxic tactic, and every Friday, I teach frameworks that help you recover and reclaim your life. So hit subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.